Today for supper I decided I wanted something kind of comforting, so here is chunky chopped carrots and chunky chopped celery and a small onion in there as well. That's all kind of sauteing in some oil that previously I had I didn't really brown it. I just started cooking some chicken thighs, 4 good chunky chicken thighs. And after this browns up some, I'm going to put the chicken thighs back in, put in some hot water, probably some beer. Adam advised me to do that. We'll see. And some chicken stock. And then I might look up and see if there's any spices that would go well with this. I don't know if I need any, but certainly salt and pepper. And that's going to simmer for a couple of hours on a low burner. Then I'll make some rice to go with it. That sounds pretty good, don't you think? Good morning, everybody. This is Mary Catherine. I have 2 videos about my alpaca rug. I have finished it now, and but all of the footage together is too long for one video. We all know nobody wants to watch a 45 or 60-minute video. So I'm going to split it in half, hopefully about equally. This next part will be more about the spinning, and I might get a little bit into the weaving at the end, okay? So there'll be this one and then another one probably in a few days. Thanks. Let's get started. Work on the alpaca rug is continuing, okay? So first, let me show you. This was the huge full bag of dark brown alpaca, and that's what I have left. That's not even enough to do a whole bobbin, so I get to move on to the next. Now, the next big bag I have, it's not very big, it's this big. It is brown, and it appears that this one I didn't clean as well. It feels clean, but it does have mouse poop in it. You can see that? That's some. It's not just hundreds and hundreds, but it has some. So I need to take this outside and lay it on that screen. See, there's another one there. And pick at it. For some reason, the brown alpaca does not have nearly as much VM in it as the white. Now here is some, I'm just going to call it white, even though it's more kind of beige and some of it is gray-ish. But here's a small bag, this size bag, of the white, and some of it, at the very worst, it looks like that. It's just got a lot of VM in it. Now, like I said, I'm not making a hat or a scarf or, a sweater. I'm making a rug that I'm going to be walking on. But I don't want it full of VM. But if there's a little bit of, teeny little pieces of grass in there, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to be walking on it. And I'm going to be adding grass to it. It's probably going to be by the side of my bed. So when I get up in the morning, I put my feet on it and it's nice and soft. That seems the best. I don't want it in a place that's going to get filthy like the kitchen or the back porch. So this bag needs to be taken outside and really, really gone through. In addition, we looked already at this big bag of white. It's in kind of 2 big chunks, and one chunk seemed very dirty and one chunk seemed a little cleaner. It is full of locks. Okay, lots and lots of locks like this. There's some VM right there. So let's pull this out. I've worked with a lot of this in the past too. When I first got my old antique wheel, the first fiber that I got was this alpaca. Okay. So these locks are they're about 4 inches. It's pretty good, pretty good. This will be a joy to spin. Now, the lady, Chris, at Pocket House Studio, she said their practice is, of course, you skirt the fleece that you get. You get the VM out, you get the bits out, bits and bobs, poop and all that. But they don't wash theirs until after they have spun it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm cleaning it up, getting the junk out, spinning it, and then to get the dirt out, I wash it afterward. And so I did some this morning, which I'll show you here when it was on the bobbin. And then I washed it in some Zote soap in the sink very gently and hung it up. And I'm lucky enough to have a washing machine that has a cabinet right over it with a little handle. And so I can just hook the fiber on there on a coat hanger, and then it drips into the washing machine and not onto my floor. So this bag is probably about as much as that big bag of brown that I'm just about to finish. Now, this is a bag of wool that a friend gave me. It's dirty, not too dirty. You can tell the difference immediately when you touch it. The alpaca is just so soft, and the wool can feel pretty soft. This isn't particularly scratchy, but it's not alpaca. And this, what is this? Oh, this is some very scratchy wool. Now this, I've worked with this some. It's got a lot of VM in it too, but this stuff is scratchy, which means it's got a lot of those little teeny little barbs along the fiber strand that they scratch you, but they also grab each other. And so it's wonderful to spin because you don't have to worry about it coming apart like merino that is very soft, but you have to get lots of twist in there to keep it together. This stuff stays together almost on its own. So all of that is the same wool. I don't know why I have it in two bags. Sometimes I work with this stuff, and then 6 months or a year later I go back to work with it again and I don't remember what I've done. I had one little bag in here somewhere that said clean alpaca, and I was like, yes. Oh, maybe it was up there. Here it is. Is this it? Clean alpaca. Not much of it, but there it is. Yeah, but see, I cleaned it, and all the locks are going the same way and everything. That's when I was wanting to, spin it nice and thin. I must say, every spinner has their own preferences and what they enjoy. I am really loving this method of spinning that's just chunky and you just feed it in. Some people love to get that perfectly consistent thin strand or a perfectly consistent thick strand, but I'm loving this. It's not consistent at all, but this is just fun spinning for me. Anyway, I'm tempted at this point to put some of the white and some of the brown together and in kind of almost a color block or something and spin it that way. I'm gonna, if it's warm enough today, I'm gonna go clean some of this that's dirty, and I'm gonna try to get another bobbin full. It's a cold Saturday. I have the heater going in the studio, and I've finished spinning all of the clean dark brown alpaca. So I grabbed another bag that I thought was the whitish gray alpaca, but I think this is wool. It just spins totally different. It has a sticky quality, and the locks are very crinkly, so I'm pretty sure this is wool. But it's spinning beautifully, and I may put it in this rug too. So let me show you how this is spinning up. It's really fairly clean, so I don't know if I washed it or the friend who gave it to me washed it. It has a little bit of VM in it, but not too bad. I'm trying to leave some of this fluffy stuff showing when I can without wadding up my orifice. I know that the folks at Pocket House Studio also often blend alpaca and wool in their rugs, so that's not an issue. And this, I think, is going to spin up so much easier than that white alpaca that I just couldn't get it to behave very well. So we're making some progress. I think I have 6 balls of the brown alpaca spun up. One of them has a little bit of white in it. This is much easier and cleaner than the brown. This is great. It's very nice and crinkly. Now this bobbin looks wonderfully fluffy. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm pretty pleased with that. There's the 3 young roosters, unloved and unwanted.